We've got a good match on the card today with what should be a thrilling contest. It's going to be a crucial coin toss, so let's see which captain calls correctly. Pakistan have won the toss and have elected to take the field first. Well, I'm not sure at all about that decision. There's unlikely to be any real assistance off the pitch for the bowlers, and I'd probably have batted first. The ground's beginning to fill up as the players emerge from the pavilion.
The opening batsmen will want to make early inroads into the bowling attack to give themselves a fighting chance in this match.
The fast bowler with the first over then. Reorganising the troops out in the field. Well, the batsman was absolutely bamboozled by that one. It was brilliantly concealed and disguised by the bowler. The batsmen are coming back for a second. Bowled leg stump. That was a superb delivery.
Well, that's poor batting. He lost his concentration and paid for it with his wicket.
Let's take a look at that from another angle. Absolute concentration required from the new man in. Well, I wonder what Hawkeye made of that. Batsmen are coming back for two, and he's got away with it.
It was close, but I think he was a little short.
Gets it! This should be the end for the batsman. A dolly. Let's have a look at the action replay. So, new batsman at the crease. That's 5 off the over. The batsmen are coming back for a second. That's nicely played. He's found the gap with that one. Once it's past the fielder on this outfield, it's a certain 4. Batsmen are looking for 2. Big shout. Oh, that's a cracking shot. He timed that to perfection.
Oh, lovely timing. He played that beautifully.
That might clear the rope. It has.
He's really treating this bowling with absolute contempt.
The crowd really enjoyed that one. Beautiful timing. That was a textbook shot.
That was a cracking shot. He really got into position. Beautifully there.
Let's have a look at that in Hawkeye. He's got the edge. Out, bowled. The batsman really had no answer to that ball.
He'll be kicking himself about that dismissal. He really didn't play that ball very well.
Let's take a look at that from another angle. The batsmen are coming back for two. They're appealing. Got him! And from another angle. That's 6 runs from the over. That's a really good shout. Batsmen are looking for two. What would you describe as the high point in your career, Tony?
Well, the high point in my career was playing Test cricket. I think as a kid, if you go back all those years to when you were running around in the schoolyard or in the back garden playing cricket, if you had said at that stage to myself or to any youngster, you are one day going to play Test cricket, well, that would be the absolute ultimate. And to get your Test cap, to be handed that Test cap, is something that they can never take away. And if you then go on and do well at that level, that's a bonus. But to...
He's out! Let's have a look at that from another angle.
The spinners can often slow the scoring rate, so now would be a good time to introduce them into the attack.
Confident appeal. He's gone without troubling the scorers. Let's have a look at the action replay. Good bowling. That's a maiden.
That had 4 runs written all over it from the moment it left his bat.
The batsmen are coming back for a second. He's put it down. Dear me, you really can't afford to put down chances like this. Another single for the batsman. Very expensive over.
Get it!
Edge to slip. Batsmen are coming back for 2.
Yeah!
Confident appeal. Two more to the total. Batsmen are looking for 2. Good strike rate so far from this batsman. That's the end of another over. They're appealing.
How's that one?
Clean bowled. That was a superb delivery.
Well, that's poor batting. He lost his concentration and paid for it with his wicket.
Let's take another look at that in replay. So, into the tail now, the wickets could start to tumble. Edged. They're having a shout. Gone again. Confident appeal. That's out. Let's have a look at the action replay. They're right into the tail now. No run there. They simply can't get it away. Edge to slip. Batsmen are coming back for two. Batsmen are looking for two.
Yeah!
And there's a fielder underneath it. Let's have a look at that from another angle. That brings the innings to a close. He's getting a polite round of applause as he makes his way to the pavilion.
Now it's up to the bowlers to see what they can do on this pitch.
The quick bowler to start the first over. moving his men round in the field, trying to find the right combination. Edge to slip. Hitting the right areas is crucial for any bowler, Tony, but what exactly are the right areas?
Hitting the right areas, is it crucial for a bowler? Well, of course it is. Let's take Shane Warne, for example. Having been out and had a very close look at pitches all around the world, I've measured the distance that Shane Warne likes to hit in terms of his length. And I can tell you that it's exactly 9 foot from the popping crease. That's the batting crease. Now, that's his length. If he gets it in that length, it's almost just out of reach of the batsman, so it's a difficult one to handle. Then he gets it in the right line, and of course, if it's a left-hander, it's just outside the off stump. If it's a right-hander, it's quite straight. What you need to do as a bowler is to know what the right length is, and that depends on the speed you bowl at, height, and those two factors. I think probably dictate what is a good length.
Brilliant timing.
Well, he was a bit fortunate there. It was a bit uppish, but luckily not to a field up.
Batsmen are coming back for 2. Eight from the over, that's put some pressure on the fielders.
No ball.
No ball. Great timing. That's just the kind of shot that makes the fielding captain want to tear his hair out. Very unlucky.
How's that one?
That's out.
Very safely taken. Soft hands, that's what's important.
He might have got a hand to that, but he couldn't stop it. Another chance goes begging. And from another angle. He was beaten all ends up by that one. Another over gone. They're having a shout. Got him! That was right out of the top drawer. Lovely shot, right out of the meat of the bat. Smashed for 4.
Oh, that's a wonderful shot. He looks in great shape out there.
Big appeal. Well, I wonder what Hawkeye made of that. 5 runs taken from the over. Do you think there's more variety in spin bowling now than there ever has been in the past?
The variety in spin bowling these days is interesting. Certainly there's quite a bit of it. We've got Shane Warne on the one hand down in Australia. We've got Mathia Muralidharan bowling absolutely brilliantly for Sri Lanka. And then there is the next crop of spinners, and there are quite a lot of those too. Guys like Vittori in New Zealand and, of course, plenty of others around the world, not quite as good as the first 2 that I mentioned. I'm not too sure that there's more variety in spin. I can remember playing against an Indian team that had 4 spinners and absolutely no fast bowlers. So certainly in years gone, in places like India and Pakistan, there were lots and lots of spinners. But at the moment, we certainly have got some great spinners around, and it is very, very good for the game. That was a cracking shot. He really got into position beautifully there. At this stage of the match, on this wicket, the spinners should be doing most of the bowling.
Lovely shot. That was a textbook shot.
Poor bowling that. He really can't afford to bowl at him there.
So the run rate stands at just over 5 and over. Out! Yet again, the batsman fails to follow the ball, and he's out. So, new batsman at the crease. That's the end of another over. This will be his final over then. Batsmen are looking for 2. He sent him back. There's trouble here. Can they run him out? Fine fielding. Well, that's a superb shot. 4 more.
Everything was in the right place there. It fairly raced to the boundary.
7 runs scored from the over. This will be the last of his allotted overs then. Thin edge. Well, that's a maiden over and a really good way of creating pressure if you can't take a wicket. Edged. Lovely shot, right out of the meat of the bat.
He plays that shot really well, and it brings him a lot of runs.
The batsmen are coming back for 2. Well, he's really riding his luck out there today. Batsmen change their mind. The batsman picks up another single. 10 from the over, and his captain won't be happy with that. This will be his last over. The batsmen are coming back for a second. He's got the edge. That's a confident appeal. Let's have a look at that again. Beautiful timing. And another 4.
Absolutely effortless. He hardly seemed to hit it.
A dolly. Yet again, the batsman fails to follow the ball, and he's out. Absolute concentration required from the new man in, and the end of the over. So the required run rate's only... Three and over now. They should see it home from here. He sent him back. There's trouble here. Can they run him out? That's a really good shout. That's out. Thin edge. It's all over. It's all over. Pakistan have claimed victory in a match they were always going to win, in my opinion.